Chapter 1 of The People of Sparks. Torin, who is the nephew of Dr. Hester, is getting cabbages, and while doing this, he climbs up the windmill in the town and sees all the people of Ember coming across the hill. First he thinks they're deer, but then he's like, oh wait, no, they're people. He then alerts everyone and is like, all right, get the town leaders, there's a bunch of people coming. We gotta be prepared for this. Then all the people of Ember come down from the hill. Torin's just like, who could be the leader? But then Lena and Dune are like, hey, we come from the city of Ember. And then the leaders are like, where is that? And they say, it's that way. It's under the ground. And then the leader's just like, stop lying. Tell us the truth. Like, no, really, we come from a city that's underground. Our city's dying. Then they're like, we're hungry, we're thirsty, could you help us? How many of you are there? About 400 of us. And they're like, holy crap, that's a lot of people. So then Lena talks to Mary Waters, and she's like, hey, could you help us out? We don't have any food or water. There's a lot of us, we need help. Then, the leaders of the village are like, yeah, all right, we're going to help you. So we'll do what we can. Come on. Then Torin is like, well, where will they stay? And he thinks, well, not in my room. And that's the end of the chapter. Chapter 2 of The People of Sparks. So, people from the city of Ember have just come up from underground. They have been on the surface for a couple of days. First to get on the surface is Lena and Dune. They wait after they've thrown their message from the ledge, and it lands in Ember. And then, they see people coming up. They're like, yay, they found it. Everyone's coming up. So then, once 417 people have arrived, they start walking. And on the way, Mrs. Murdo tells Lena and Dune about everyone else leaving from Ember. So Mrs. Murdo's like, I found the message, I relayed it to the mayor. I waited, but nothing happened. No big meeting or anything. Then, the lights were flickering on and off, and she went down to the pipeworks to tell Lister Monk. And, they found the E right away because the mayor and his cronies with all his loot and everything were planning to get away and get to the surface before anyone else without them. So then, Lister's like, hey, what are you doing? And then, two of the guards looked up, lost their balance, fell in the river, got the boats. Looper and the mayor both fell in the water, so everything just fell into the water and was just gone. And then, Mrs. Murdo and Lister Monk, organized everyone, and it's like, okay, guys, we're going to get out of Ember. Unfortunately, some people were trampled in the crowd and lost in the river in all the commotion. So there's less people in Ember than there were. That's why not everyone made it out. And then later in the day, on their walk, they see a road. They get to a road that they have seen from afar, and they just travel along the road. And eventually, a couple days later, they see the village of Sparks. And Lena's like, well, it's not the shining city but I imagined, but I'll find that someday. And the chapter ends. Chapter 3 of The People of Sparks. So Lena and Dune and all the other people are going through the town. Lena is looking around, seeing animals she's never seen before, plants she's never seen before, seeing these buildings, very, very, and I quote this, heavy looking and imperfect. Then Mary Waters leads them to the plaza, which Lena didn't know, so it's like, oh, first New World word. New World word. Yeah. Okay. Then Lena sees the town hall, and beside that is a tree. And she's like, what's that? And Mary Waters like, you mean the town hall? She's like, no, the big plant next to it. And she's like, oh, that's a tree. And he's like, oh, a tree. Crazy. And then, all the people of Ember go to the fountain, bathe in it, basically, drink from it. Well, they don't bathe in it, but they cool themselves off in it. Merrywater is like, all right, order everybody. Okay, sit down. We're gonna give you guys bread and fruit. Like this is a post-disaster settlement, which Lena and Dune don't know what bread or post-disaster means. Um, and then they basically have a sort of raffle of sorts, where it's like, okay, anyone who has spare room, like how many more people can you take? One person, two people, three, five, etc. Um, you know, so then it goes on, and like the sickest and oldest, youngest people will be taken in. Everyone else can just sleep in the square. Then um, Lena and Mrs. Murdo go to the doctor because they have Poppy, and she's like the sickest of all of them. So the doctor takes them in. Then they go to the doctor's house, and Lena realizes she has a terrible feeling of homesickness, and she's just like, this new place. I just want to get back home. And the chapter ends.